everybody. We are another program of the subject of life after death. And today we will try to understand the real question that everybody is asking, you know, there is life after death. Okay, so what will be with us after 100 years? If there is life after death or if there is no. A lot of questions are asking about those subjects, and today we have nice guests again.
I'm Nitzan. I'm a lawyer. I live in England, and I happen to be in Israel, and I've been invited to come on your show, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, Auntie.
Aviv, just Israeli person here.
It's not just.
Just like that. And again, also I'm happy to be here, to be part of this show.
Okay.
Greetings, I'm Ori. I'm a student in environmental studies at Tel Aviv University, and it's great to be here.
Thank you, Ori. Ori, you have a question that you want to start with.
Well, yeah, I wanted to throw a question at you. I think a lot of Jewish people are interested about certain aspects of what will happen in the world to come. Particularly, a lot of people will maybe want to know, is there going to be segregation between maybe male or female souls or men and women, like a lot of Orthodox Jews tend to segregate today, and the importance of doing that and adhering to those codes?
Okay, it's a very good question. I will be able to answer that. First of all, you have to understand in Judaism, the Kabbalah, there is a very interesting thing. There is no soul of a woman, of a soul of a male. When Adam and Chava, Adam and Eve were created, they created like twins, but Siamic twins. Okay, they were creating together. And when Hashem took Eve from the ribs of Adam, it's not the ribs, it's like the side. It's in Hebrew, it's like tzela. Tzela, the meaning is like there is a ribs, that also says tzela, but it's tzela har. It's the side of the mountain. Okay, so when Eve were separated from Adam and Rishon, it was like separating from the side of him. So they were together. And the Pasuk said, Zachar v'nekeva Abraham, male and female, they created, and their name is Adam, and Karat Shmam Adam. The person, Adam, it's part of him is a woman, part of him is a male. Ori, are you married?
At the moment, I'm single.
Okay, all right. So you have the other side of you, okay? The other part of you is a woman, somewhere in the world, okay? And you have to find her, daven for that, pray for that. And in the other world, you will be together. So there is no separate between males and female up there. It's only here because we want to find the special woman for you. And if I will be with other women, maybe I will be confused and I will decide to take another woman. So you have to separate from the men and the women. And when you have your woman, you don't have to be separate from her. Exactly at the other world. In the world to come, you will be together. So nobody will be separate there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You want to ask another question about things like that? Or?
I was interested to know where did the idea of the life after death came from? Because in the original 5 books, there was not any mention of next life, next worlds, nothing of it, nothing about souls. There was no mentioning of it, and you know, I would like to know where did it come from.
Good question, Aviv. Aviv is asking, where is the next world in the 5 books of the Torah? First of all, you have to understand that the Adam Rishon, the Adam were born, okay, in Gan Eden, in heaven. So there was heaven, but because of his deeds, he was separated from the heaven. He was thrown out from heaven, and the Kabbalah is revealing us that when he was creating his sins in the heaven, he was thrown out from heaven, and now there is this world, because the person was created only to be in heaven. Doesn't have to go all through all this world, but because our deeds were thrown out from our heaven. It's also a good concept to understand that each one of us has his own paradise or heaven, okay, and because our deeds were thrown out from that in our life, okay. So when Adam Rishon is what throwing out, but of course all the time there is this soul. ויצר השם אלוקים את האדם מן העפר, עפר מן האדמה, ויפח באפיו נשמת חיים. So the soul was always there. So the concept of heaven is only for the soul, not for the body. because of the sin of the Adam Rishon, after Tchiat HaMetim, the soul will come back. I'll just read for you a pasuk that you will understand that. It's called like that. Vayeshav ha'afar el haaretz כשהיה, כמו שהיה, והרוח תשוב אל האלוקים אשר נתנה. So the body will go back to the dirt, ashes, and the soul will come back to Hashem. And to come back to Hashem for what? So we understand, there is a lot of psukim I won't read now. If we want, I will continue after that. But we have to understand that everything that we're doing here in this world, we are supposed to get reward for that. Where is the reward? Okay, Hashem said, do mitzvot, do things like that, keep Shabbat, put tefillin. Okay, I will do that. For what? So the reward is another place. But the reward that Hashem wants to give us, it's a reward without limited, without burden.
Then why not say the reward is to have a better place to live in, and instead of just wait until you're 120 and then you'll see.
It's also true that we will have a little bit of reward here, but if we go together to places that religious people are living, I won't see that they are living much more better than other people, okay? If there will be like in the Torah place like Shlomo Melech, that everybody's keeping the mitzvot, it's a different thing. But now we don't see things like that. So the only big reward, and also I will tell you, let's say for example, somebody is doing mitzvot, okay? What you will give from it, like a benefit or a reward, that he will have a car, that he will have wealth. It's not, I will take you to Beverly Hills, for example, okay? Yeah. Very wealthy people, they have everything that they want. Are they happy? It's not a reward. Yeah. So Hashem told us if we want a really reward that He wants to give us, it's with no borders, with no limits. And it's only a place with no material. Mm-hmm. When I have material, there is an end. So the other world is the longest place that He wants to reward us for our deeds.
Okay.
If I understand correctly from what you're saying, then heaven used to be almost like a material form. Mm-hmm. Adam was there were trees, and it was beautiful. And
he was eating from an apple, something like that.
And exactly, and they had everything. And then because of the sins, it almost like turned into a place for the soul, not for the body. Mm-hmm. So has heaven changed into something else now? I mean, is it now just a concept? Is it... Because I've heard people say that the closer you are to God, the happier you are. I mean, I'm not talking about the person, I'm talking about the soul. When it goes up there, the closer it is to God, the happier it is. The further it is away from God, the sadder.
This is also a concept.
Is it just a concept, or is it a place, an actual place that now is a floating place?
No, of course it's an actual place. The Kabbalah is giving details how this concept is looking like, but it's a place, okay? But what you said, it's also true. If I will be near to Hashem is like something. It's not something I can be near Him. He's everywhere, okay? He's called in Hebrew Hamakom Baruch Hu. So he's everywhere. I cannot be far from Him or close to Him. So what's the meaning? I will be close to Hashem. And recently that, lidabek b'Hashem, to be close to Hashem. What is the meaning? So in mitzvot, it's called to be like a tzevet, connected to something. So of course the mitzvot and the good deeds, I will be more close to Hashem. If I want to imagine that, Hashem is like the source of all good things in life, and if I will be close to that, I will be able to enjoy things like that. The Mishnah of the Avot, Pirkei Avot it's called, it's saying like that, Yafa sha'a achat, it's better, a little bit, it's not an hour, Yafa sha'a achat, it's a minute of time. When I'm saying Asher Yatzar, there is a blessing of Asher Yatzar. I'm giving thanks to Hashem that I was in the bathroom. So I'm saying, if shalit kem la'amod lefanecha, you won't be able to stand even lifnei Hashem. If something in your body will be not correct, afilu sha'achat, it's a little bit, a second, it's a minute. So yafa sha'achat, it's better, sha'achat, in the other world, בעולם הבא, mikol chayei העולם הזה. It's better to be a second in the other world from all this world that we live here. What the meaning is? What's the meaning of this thing? We can understand what we will get in the other world. It's because it's spiritual. It's something that we cannot concept in our mind, material mind. So let's say, for example, you will take all the things in this world, take yourself, okay? All the things that you enjoy from your birth till now. Let's compress them, okay? Compress to a little pill, and take it with 1 minute. It's like, it's big enjoyment of things, okay? But this is not all this world. יפה שעה אחת של קורת רוח בעולם הבא. קורת רוח is something I didn't explain to you. יפה שעה אחת, it's nice, better, a minute of קורת רוח. קורת רוח, it's not something that you enjoy from that. It's like a smell. I will take you to a restaurant. I really smell things. It's nice to smell, but it's not. There was a cheap person, took his wife to a restaurant. He said, "Honey, come and smell, and don't say I'm cheap. Come again." You know. So the smell. You know, it's just this is it's korat ruach. Korat ruach. It's a little bit enjoyment. Okay. So yafa sha'ah achat. This is the Mishnah. Yafa sha'ah achat shel korat ruach ba'olam haba. Mikol chayei olam hazeh. All this life in this world. Take all the kings and the celebs and the people that are really enjoying life. All those people. Contract everybody to a little pill, okay? And take it with one time. What the Mishnah is saying that yafa sha'ah achat, it's better in the other world, even a second there. So we don't understand what we will get there. But of course, if Hashem wants to give us something, Hashem is perfect, okay? And if He say to me, no, keep mitzvot, this is what I'm saying in the Torah. If you will keep mitzvot, I will give you something good, okay? Like for example, Shabbat. If I will keep Shabbat, Hashem is saying that I will give you a nachala, property, without bli metzarim, without borders. It's something that Hashem is going to give me. And Hashem is like the biggest millionaire I can imagine, okay, for example. And He will say, if He will tell me, I will give you something. It's not some, peanuts in this world. Be happy a little bit, be healthy. It's peanuts from Hashem. So Hashem created the real world for that. Like a hotel that it's created just to be able to enjoy there. So Hashem created all this world, the other world. We can't imagine now. The sages, the Nevi'im, were be able to see that. They could see that. They wrote things in the Zohar and things like that we can understand a little bit from that. But of course, it's a real place, and we'll really enjoy there.
People who've gone through clinical death
Okay.
Have said that they've seen their body and all the rest of it. What's the most that they've seen? I mean, have they gone up to a point and come back, or have they gone further into...
Okay. Very good question. First of all, I will explain what near-death experience is. Near-death experience is something that people are going through because of surgery or car accident, something. They died, okay? I know somebody called George Odenaya, and he has a death certificate. He died, and he came back, okay? So everybody that came back are telling the same stories. They remember 4 things. First of all, you can see their body. The soul is getting out of the body. And they can see things around there or at their home. They can go whatever they want. This is the first stage. The second stage, they are going through a tunnel, black tunnel, a very long tunnel. And in the Zohar said that all the dead people will go through Ma'arat HaMachpelah. It's also like a tunnel, okay? And then they are meeting people that died already. They're meeting people that died. They are going to graduate them, to welcome them. The Zohar said that you have to see their faces of those people. If they are smiling to you, it's a good sign for you. If they are, mourning or, sad, why did you come here? It's not good for you. And the next stage is the light. They're meeting a light. It's not like a light. They are calling that a light, but they cannot explain this kind of light. They are feeling love from this light. They're feeling understanding from this light. The light is hugging them. And then they are hearing a voice. Or they are asking from this voice, please bring me back. I have a family, a wife, I want to go back. All the voices telling them, you didn't finish your work here. Please go back and be a better person or something like that. And they have never been in this stage that the Zohar called Bedin Shel Mala. These stages are also for Jewish people or not Jewish people. It doesn't matter. The same soul. But there is a place called Bedin Shel Mala. And then they are going to or heaven or the other places. And from there is no coming back. They cannot go there and telling us what had happened. So the near-death experience is still the light, not more than that.
And how do we know that this is really, even though everyone's gone through the same thing? I mean, we know, for example, we have a lot of books on dreams because a lot of people have very similar dreams. and some people attempt to interpret them. So how do we know that this is really what it is, or is it just a form of dream or something that you go through when you have the same experience?
Okay, did you understand this question?
Yeah.
So you ask a very good question. Maybe it's all dreams, you know. Everybody is dreaming something, so maybe they dream about things like that. First of all, dreaming is very personal, because you are dreaming something that I'm not dreaming, and I'm dreaming things that you're not dreaming. If all the people are dreaming the same dream, it's very odd. There is people from Germany, from Israel, from India, small kids, all the people, they're all telling the same story. So if there was a dream, so it's not can be able to that they are phone to each other. Please, you know, I will tell you what to dream of, and so of course it's not a dream. First of all, second of all, they are seeing things there. Maybe it's a dream, but if, for example, if the soul is going out from the body, and they're telling stories. This Judge Ordinary, for example, he said that he saw a child of his friend that his wife was giving birth, and the child was crying all the time, crying. So he went there from his mahlaka, department in the hospital. He went to the giving the birth department, and he saw the kid, the small infant, okay, crying, and he's talking with her telepathically, and he asking him, "Why are you crying?" And she's saying him, "I have a broken hip or a twisted hip." So he's telling her, you know, stop crying, because the doctor doesn't understand that. When he came back after 3 days in the morgue, he was coming back to life, and he said, you know, there is a baby there crying, and she's crying because I will give you the diagnosis. She has a broken hip. Everybody was laughing on her, you know, it's silly, you know, how can you know what's happening in there? And they went, checked it, and this was the truth. She has a broken hip. So if it was a dream, how can he see things like that? And it's not that it will happen. In dream, there is something that it will, like a prophecy that you can see. Maybe some days you will see. Here it was happening now. So this is the first thing. Second thing, that's not a dream. In this tunnel, I heard a woman said that she met a young infant coming to welcome her and said, you know, I'm your brother. And she said, I have no brother. Say, I am your brother. Ask your father, our father, and he will say to them, remember how I'm looking like, and ask our father. And when she was coming back to life, she told her father, no, father, sorry, to ask him, I have a brother? She said, no, you don't have a brother. Are you sure? And then he started to cry, because nobody is supposed to know that he has a child from another, but he is her brother. But how she can know if there is a dream? How can she know? And the last thing, somebody told me, you know, he said, okay, it's not a dream, but maybe we are coming back to the womb. Okay, we all have something in common. Jewish people, not Jewish people, we have something in common because we have the first trauma that the kid is going through when his mother giving birth. So maybe we're coming back to this trauma. We see lights, tunnel, things like that. Maybe you're coming back to this stage, not a dream, but maybe this is the reason of the near-death experience, feelings. You understand? So what's the answer for that? First of all, the first stage of the body, the soul is getting out of the body, it's called autoscopia. This stage cannot be if it's true. And if they are telling us stories that they will never be able to say things that happen in other places or things that, of course, it's not a trauma or something like that. So it's not a dream, it's not a trauma, but it's reality.
I had a question. You spoke about the Hall of Justice and how things that we do in this world affect the next world. And I think a lot of people are concerned about overpopulation, and they maybe consider not to have children. Is there any punishment for not having children in the next world? If it's in the mitzvah, be fruitful and multiply. So are we to prepare ourselves, or is it something that we are allowed to pass? If it's really for something better, if we really concerned about the environment.
Good question. As for example, it's not something I decided to bring children to the world. Hashem is one of the mitzvot. So you think you have to help Hashem. I'm just kidding, yeah? So there is an overpopulation. I have to help Hashem because he cannot manage with all these people. So maybe I will bring more or less children. First of all, you have to understand you have to help the Jewish people. We are really small in this world. And I think if you will bring more soldiers to the Jewish people, it will be good because the Muslims, and on the contrary, kovshim, conquer the world, okay? And so because they are bringing a lot of children. So don't think like that. Maybe on the contrary, bring more children because we need more Jewish people in this world. But the punishment on that, it's not a special punishment, different than other mitzvot that I won't do, okay? If Hashem told me something, I don't have to think for Him. If He said do something, I will do that. I won't think maybe I have to, there is overpopulation. There is place to everybody, and for your kids, if you don't have a place, you can bring them to me. I will take care of them. I have places in my home.
Because people think, maybe there's a lot of children that are dying. Maybe it's nicer, morally. Maybe it's better just to adopt, even if it's not your children, because we're all the same souls. It's the same. It's not really my children, like you said. It's a soul that you get to take custody over. So that's what I think a lot of people are thinking those questions nowadays with serious.
I think to adopt, it's a wonderful thing, but not instead of your kids. Bring your kids and also adapt. Why not? It's a beautiful thing. I think the adopted kids will love to have friends. Okay, but you have to understand that it's never the same. To have your kids, it's a really important responsibility, and it will change you.
It's a spiritual experience.
Yeah, of course. It's change a person. I know a lot of people that before and after they have kids, and the kids are. Let's say, for example, in nature. There's not such things. Animals are getting together, have kids, and they're not taking care of them at all. For example, a week, 2 weeks, 3 years most. Okay, an elephant, something like that. But in the people are connected to the kids for netzach, forever. Because you will see, if even the father is 100 years old, okay, and his kid is 80 years old, the father is really taking care of the kids and giving money and helping him. You cannot manage by himself. So why did Hashem do that? Because one of the most important things in Judaism is to give, chesed, and the chesed, the most important chesed, is with your kids, because it's 24 hours, 7 days a week. 5 years ago, in a year, all the time it's chesed, because this is one of the reasons that we're giving kids to be able to change ourselves. It's more easy to be without kids. But I'm telling you, I have 7 of them, and kids are really blessed in the house. They are bringing joy to the house, and I can imagine how my life will be without kids. And the Gemara is saying that somebody who has no kids wants to have kids, but he has no kids. He's like somebody who's died. Somebody, there is no joy in the house. There is you are alone. It's not good. Maybe it sounds easy. Yeah, right. It's good. Yeah.
We know that in Judaism they say that in time of resurrection, everyone all the death will be resurrected, and then so I thought, which of the worlds is the big deal? Is the real deal here, this world or the other world? Since everyone that came to the heavens will come again and resurrect, then why even bother? I mean. Why even bother go to heaven if this is the real world here? If they will come back again.
So you're asking why to die?
No, I'm asking which of the worlds is the main one, it's the main reason. I mean, if we already are supposed to come back here, then why even bother to have a big deal, in heavens, to make mitzvot and all that?
Very good question. First of all, heaven, things like that, it's not the only world that you will get the rewards of your deeds. The heaven is now, till you will be in another world of the Tchiat HaMetim. And because till the Tchiat HaMetim, you have to get the reward, good or not, okay? So let's say, for example, Hitler, he has to have his punishment. He's not going to wait till, you have to have his punishment. He won't commit suicide and that's all. So, of course, we want to get a reward for our deeds. So, 1,000 years from there, there's a Rabbi Bar Yochai, people that they will wait till the Tchiat HaMetim. Of course not. So, but the real world, the most important words is the after Tchiat HaMetim. This is the main world. This will be continue to the Netzach. But you're not right that everybody will come back. Okay, I will read you from the Yechezkel Novi. It's called like that. Verabim. A lot of them, רבים משני עפר, מאדמת עפר יקיצו, אלה לחיי עולם, אלה לחרפות דראון עולם. זאת אומרת, לא כולם, not everybody will come back, just only the people that will be deserve to come back, first of all. Okay, so not everybody. So when we have to die, the sin of died is become the sin of the Adam Arishon, the Adam, because his sin we have to die, because nobody has to die as a purpose. There is no purpose to die, because there is something that in our body now that you have to finish with that only by dying. We have to die and then come back to as a how do you call it? Resurrection. Resurrection.
Yeah. So again, this world is the main focus.
Which this?
This one, not the other one, the heaven one.
This one, this one now here. So this one is the most important world to be prepared to the other world. It's not this world is the purpose. This is the we call it in the other program like a hallway, like a
Training,
right? It's like a bus stop. Okay, the bus stop is supposed to take me to other places. Not this. The bus stop is the meaning by itself.
Okay, and so I also wanted to know, since all the souls, even the non-Jews, they have souls. I mean, we all agree about that. Then how can we differentiate between the souls? I mean, is there any way to differentiate, to say, oh, this soul is a different type of soul than this one?
Yeah, of course. As I can say, different between you now, as a people, different people. The not Jewish people has also a soul, and there is also meaning in their life, and they also have mitzvot. They have 7 mitzvot of the other people, and if they will do their mitzvot, they will get a reward for that. If not, it's not. But as I can separate between you now, I will be able to separate then. You will stay as exactly as you are.
So when a non-Jew decides to convert, does his soul, their soul, does it become a different type of a soul? How can it be? How can it possibly be?
It's like he was reborn. The Gemara said, "Ger שהתגייר כתינוק שנולד." Somebody was become Jewish, he get a new soul like a baby.
Even
like
his soul is just replaced.
Yeah, like replacing an engine in the car. So now he has a turbo engine. So it's replacing this. Yeah, of course, in a different place, different person. So today we spoke about life after death a little bit more. Very good question here. I think I have to thank you to ask the good questions, and I hope that our audience also learn a little bit more about near-death experience or reincarnation or resurrection and things like that. And I hope everybody will stay here a little bit now because we have things to do here. But I'm sure we'll meet in other worlds. So let's be strong and let's make the most of our world, and to know that there is loved ones that separate from us because they are there. They are waiting for us, and we'll end now near this experience that they will be welcome us. Well, I hope they will smile to us and everything will be okay. So thank you for listening to us. Bye bye.